Hello everybody, and welcome to La Bella Fe. My name is Viviana, and today I'm going to be showing you, by popular demand, how I made my cow in the barn box. So the first thing we're going to do is, I had already distressed this, and my brother-in-law had already cut this out for me. So what we're going to do is that we are going to start with cutting this out to put on here. So the way we're going to do that is that I'm going to take my water brush, and I'm simply going to take it and just go around. And I cut this out, and I printed this out from online. This is printed out on rice paper. So, and it doesn't matter if it cuts off the ears at the edge here, because we're gonna be putting it on here. So that's okay if it does that. Once that's done, you just wanna come back over here. Very sorry, this is my camera moved a little bit on me. Okay, so you just come over here and you check that it's going to be okay. If you might need to cut a little bit more on this side, which is fine. That'll be fine. That'll be fine the way it is. Okay. Done. I have this paper. I believe I got this at Decoupage Central. Okay. And it's just decoupage paper. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to put this on here. Once this is on here, then we can put our cow over here, so that, you know, it's on our paper. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this on there. So we're going to take some Mod-podge. So it's a little bit windy by me. Put this over here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is that we're going to attach this onto this. Okay, so basically we'll just take our brush and we just put some much. Okay, once that's done, just leave that there for a moment. We can go ahead and attach our paper. I leave a little edge on all sides just so that I can come back and sand off the edges with my Gator sander. Once that's done, you just want to come over here. We just want to hit it with a little bit of heat. Okay, once that's done, we can come in with our Gator and we can sand the edges right off. So all you have to do is, on a downward motion, just go around the whole thing. It just comes off nice and easy so that it's nice and smooth. Okay, and there we have our little barn house. The next thing that we're going to do after this is done, so now we have our cow and we have our barn house. We're going to put our cow on here. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we want to come over here, okay, and we want to Mod-podge our cow onto our barn, our rusty barn. So we come over here and we put some glue on there, okay? And you're going to attach it to your barn. Okay, there we go. I'll move it over a little bit. Make sure that it's on there. And then you're just gonna carefully, gently just smooth it out as much as you can with your fingers. And then what you're going to do is that you're going to hit this again with your heat gun. Once that's done, you're going to come in again with sand, and you're just going to, again, downward motion, sand off the edges of your cowl. And there we go. There is our cow in the barn. So this piece is ready. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. Next, we're going to work on our box. This is a box I picked up at Dollar Tree. So what I do is, so that I don't have to deal with this part, this is gonna be the back of our box, okay, that we're going to put. So the first thing that we have to do is that I'm going to put a little bit of the Waverly Wax Antique on here, just to stain the wood a little bit. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to take our brush, and we're just going to, I'm so sorry, my little dog is in the background barking. I have a little Chihuahua and he barks at the wind. So once I do that, I just come in and I wipe it off with a wipey. I come over here to the sides. Do the same thing. Wipe off all the excess. And you're going to come over here and you're going to hit it with the heat gun really quick just to dry that off. Once that's done, we can go ahead and start attaching our rusty decoupage paper. So what we're going to do is that I've already cut a couple of strips. So what we're going to do is that we are going to come over here. We're going to be attaching it right there. So what we're going to do is that we're going to put a nice even layer of our Mod-podge on our box, on the front of our box. Once we do that, we're going to come over here and we're just going to put this right over here. Just leave a little bit of an edge so that you can sand it off. And then we just want to get us rid of, we want to get rid of as many bubbles and wrinkles as we can. Okay, so once you're happy with that, we're going to come in. We're gonna hit it with our heat gun again. Okay. Once we do that, we're gonna come back in again and we're going to sand it off. Okay, so that's the front of our box. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to come in and we're going to put in the sides. So the sides, I think I want to go, yeah, I think I want to go over here, the sides, right here. I'll put the sides right there, just so that it looks like it's all together. So I'm gonna come over here, some some glue and cover, and then we can come over here and we can attach our side right so that it's right with the corner right there. It seems pretty, that right there. Okay. Make sure that we're happy. The corners are all gonna meet there. I'm gonna hit this with a little bit of heat. And once that's done, we're gonna come back in here again. Okay, so that's one side. Now we're gonna do the next side. Okay. So there we go. We have our little barn box. Okay. So now what we do is that I'm going to put a top coat on this, and I'm going to put a top coat on our barn with our cow to seal it. Okay. So now what we can single little edge. And then we're going to put this aside, and now we're going to do the box. Okay, once you're happy that everything is covered, you're gonna come in and hit it with some heat. Everything is nice and dry. Okay, we have our barn with our cow on there. So now we're going to go ahead and attach this. So what we want to do is that we want to attach it. I don't go all the way down, because if I go all the way down, then you're not going to see the cow. So what I like to do is that I like to bring it up. I'll bring it up to around there. Okay. So that way, when we put our stuff that we're going to put in here, the cow is not hitting. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use some tight bond and a glue gun. Okay. I find it that with working with wood, I don't want to rely solely on my heat gun. I like to back it up with a little bit of tight bond. So we're gonna put some tight bond over here. I'm gonna put it over here on the edge. Okay, once that's done, I'm gonna come in with my heat gun, and I'm just going to give it a couple, just a couple of, okay, put that there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and attach my barn. So I want to put it as high as I can possibly put it. There. Just gonna hold it down for a few seconds, just so that the glue gun, the glue from the glue gun just attaches it right away and keeps it in place. Oops, let's put a little bit there. Next thing is that we're going to be putting in some Spanish moss. We'll get this over here. Put this to the side. Put this away. Okay. So we're also going to be using some rusty stars to decorate the top of our barn. And if you want to, you can also put some down here. So while this is drying, I'm going to go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is that we're going to put our moss in here in our box. This is nice and dry now. It'll take the tight bond a little bit longer, but I have the hot glue in there as well, so I can go ahead and work with it. So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take some moss, and we're just gonna put, oh, actually before we put the moss in there, I'm very sorry. Let's put some, I'm just gonna hit it with a little bit of my glue gun just to make sure that it stays in there. So I'm gonna put this in there. I already cut that piece of, it's just a piece of styrofoam, and I had already cut it to the size of the box just so that I can put it in there. And then we're going to take our Spanish moss. So as you can see, it makes a huge mess. Again, we are going to glue gun, which is gonna hit the top of the styrofoam with a little bit of glue just so that our moss stays in there. And we are going to just put a little bit of moss. We don't need a lot because we don't want to cover up our cow too much. We just want to put a little bit in there. And then we're going to also be putting flowers in here. So we can take just a little bit more. Just a little bit more in there. There we go. You can come over here and trim some pieces off. Okay, now that our moss is in there, I already went and attached the stars, and I also put a star here in the middle of the box. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to put some tiny flowers in here. So we have some of these, and we're just gonna go ahead and start putting them in there. So I'm just gonna hit the tip. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and attach our flowers. Okay, now that that's done, we will go ahead and put some of these and there we go. There we have our cow in the barn. Before we finished, I was supposed to put a little bit of wax around the edges, so we're going to do that now. This is Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in brown. Okay, so we're going to do that very quickly, and I'm very sorry, it's my first video, so I made an oopsie. So basically what we're going to do is that I want to come around here, and I want to kind of dab it around the edges over here, just so that I can kind of blend in the cow a little bit better with this paper. So basically I'm just going around the edges just to blend it in a little bit better. I just want to hit it gently, not too much, just to kind of blend in the edges a little bit over here, so that it blends in with the rest of the paper more. Just want to kind of blend that in a little bit. Just do that with my finger. I'll do over here. Just a little bit. Just to blend it in so that it's not, you know, where I ripped the cow image, so that it doesn't show as much. So I'm just gently going around and just trying to blend that in as much as possible. And then what I do is that I'm just gonna hit the edges all around with my wax. So if it gets a little bit on the stars, it's okay. It's not a big deal. We can just actually like even go around the stars also, just to give them a little bit more of a distressed look as well. And like I said, you can come back in again and just with your finger blend it in a little bit. It's not going to show up as much over here because of her ears are black. That's okay. But we just want to kind of hit the edges over here. Hit all these edges. And just being careful with my flowers. I can fix those again afterwards. Just tap this off a little bit. You just want to hit all the edges over here, and then we just want to go in. I can go in with my finger and kind of blend it in a little bit. And then carefully, because like I said, I made an oopsie, and I was supposed to do this before I even put the flowers in here, but that's okay. That's not a big deal. So we're just gonna go all around the edges over here, blend that in. If you get a little bit on there, it's not a big deal. You can always wipe it off. You can even wipe it off with your own finger. And then again, we're going to come over here. I can come over here and just hit my star with the wax. The edges will pick it up. It's just go like this. And then come over here a little bit more. And then over here on this side we can hit it also. Again, blend it in with your finger. So over here a little bit more. And then we can come over here on the sides and we can do the same, and we can just blend it in. Just to give it a little bit more of a distressed look on our rusty paper. And then over here we'll just do this carefully. You can even come over here a little bit. Just touch it up a little bit over here. You just want to give the whole thing an old, rusty cow barn look. So, I'm just going to come over here on the edges. Blend it in with our finger. Just come over here. And just blend it in. Just want to hit the corners. Make sure that those corners are looking distressed. We want this to look like it's an old rusty barn. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, thank you guys. Bye.